All right, all right, all right. What is happening, everybody? Man, thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with old cuz and myself for a little
What's
Honey
up?
Badger Q&A. What is up?
What's up?
Oh, man, we'll get Mr. Albie Stasek coming in. He's got some of that good CLE internet working.
Right on, right on. Let's do it.
We are all over the place today. So we got Al in the land. We got you in Puerto Rico.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in the ATL today. We got some CLE folk in the house. I'll tell you what, it's so cool to see, man, the growth of Levi. So Levi was, spearheaded this thing. Andre and Dan, and then of course James Massey and Morris. Right. Obviously with the help of Joel and Andrea, but man, to see Levi, I just think back, when we, that first boot camp in man, where were we at? We were at, it wasn't the shops, but we did boot camp at in Frisco. I can see it right now. Oh, it was Stonebriar.
Yep, Stonebriar.
So that was the first time Levi was in the room. And Levi, we said, hey, everybody come up and let's take a picture. And Levi couldn't come up and take a picture because he wasn't at EXP yet.
Right, that's right.
And that killed him. And he signed up for coaching coming out of that event. And then he ended up coming to Key West. And so he opened up this morning and he shared that whole story and that whole experience. And I'm like, the human beings that they were when they came to the first Key West to the human beings they were at the second right. Key West, they weren't even the same. They weren't even the same people.
Yep.
And it was just amazing to be able to see. And he touched on that. He opened up and he told that story, and it was really cool. We got a ton of honey badgers in the room. It's so cool to see. Big Daddy Nick Krim is he was down there crushing it. They're at lunch right now, but he came in and
did he? He came in for that one?
Yeah. He's a ball of fire. So he came in. He's he goes, hey, I ain't going to apologize. But if you can't handle me pacing, I'm sorry. I got to pace. Like we know Nick. You can't sit still. What's up, everybody tuning in? Hopefully, I know you can hear me. I might be freezing up. We've got some sketch internet going on, but what's good, man? What's good, fellas? I always joke, but I'm dead ass for real. I look forward to Tuesdays at 11 Central just so I can, I know for sure with certainty I'm getting to hang out with you guys. So yeah. I look forward to this every week.
Heck yeah.
So what's good, Albie? I know you had a nice little getaway. You got some island time, got some recharge.
Yeah, well, it's like I need a vacation from the vacations to be truthful. But we hit the Virgin Island. Well, first actually going all the way back, Jay. We hit and John, you were in Nashville, weren't you?
I do recall.
Yeah, it was fuzzy. So the three of us were in Nashville. That parlayed into Virgin Islands with 10 of my family members, which was great. And then right into we went to North Lake in Tennessee this past weekend. It was amazing. So beautiful country. And I'm just I'm charged and ready to get back at it. But been working on my presentation. I have a training that I'm doing on agent attraction. So if anybody wants to hop aboard, get a little bit of a sneak peek. Not on my entire presentation I'm doing it at the Tony Robbins event, but it'll have some elements to it. It's a Friday in EXP. I want to say it's an EXP world, workplace for sure. But I'll find some more info on where people can watch that, and I'll post it down in the comments. But I'm just been working on my presentation. Yeah.
That's awesome. And cuz I know you've been doing the same.
Yep, I got my presentation is prepared. So we got I guess what is it, the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So we'll be back in Dallas for that, and looking forward to it. It's gonna be the best event I think that we've had since we've been at EXP. That's what I'm calling.
I'm pumped. What's crazy is all three of us will be on that stage. So that's pretty
Represent.
damn impressive. So
Michael
I'm excited.
too.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know a few other honey badgers and people that are going to be on there. So it's exciting.
Hey, we got to get a picture of the four of us on that stage.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the layout. I know we have the walkthrough that Tuesday morning, so for sure be able to get that at some point. I mean, I would love to have the picture with the audience, the crowd, and all of us up there. That would be an epic pic.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Let's just make sure we get that done.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
what's up, everybody? Go ahead, Al. I was just going to say.
Go ahead.
I was just going to tell anybody tuning in, man, if you guys got any questions, comments, throw it into the comment box. We'll love to dive in, unpack. We really want to focus in on agent attraction and really help you guys wherever you may be stuck, either in your thinking or model or conversations, follow up, whatever it is, whatever's on your mind. Don't be, there are no stupid questions. So have the courage, throw it in, and let us help you get unstuck. Sorry, Al, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys noticed, an email came through from Brent Gove, and they sold the event out, but they actually are getting an additional room. So it's not going to be in the main area, but there is going to be an additional room where they're going to be telecasting the entire event onto a huge screen at the property itself. So that's cool. The only uncool part is that anyone that's going to buy tickets to that is going to have to probably stay at the different hotel venue. I know there's a couple that are close by, but the good news is they're opening up more, for that other space.
That's cool, man. That place is massive, and for it to be sold out says a lot.
Yeah, it's back on. Events are on.
Yep.
Hey Jay, if people want to schedule a 3-way with you or somebody on the team, it's what's the?
It's you can message me individually, or you can go to my calendar. If my calendar's not showing any time available that works for you, just message me, text me. I mean, my phone number's everywhere if you don't have it. It's 580-591-6404.
Yep. And we also have other 3-way options available. So even if Jay's out of the country or traveling or not available, we do have other solutions. So I think you can just even go to jkinder.com and get there.
Yep.
We got y'all anytime. We made it available.
Yeah. So I found that. So it's a Friday, August 6th. That's at 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is noon Eastern time. And it's in the Agent Attraction, or it's just called the Attraction Auditorium. Burn the boats, your winning mindset for agent attraction.
I love it. Calendar link, man. You can just go to jkinder.com. You can book a call right from there.
It's on the website.
Yeah, everything's there. Love that, Al. That's awesome, man. I'm excited for Mr. Gove's event. This is going to be, I think Jay nailed it, man. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. It's going to be great. Looks like we're sneaking this one in before the second wave of the flu comes back, or COVID, whatever we're calling it now.
You need to go listen to Andy Frisella's rant about 2 days ago. He puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
In a hurry. He's not one to pull his words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
So cool. So have we been able to kind of unpack or share anything from Nashville? Kind of big key takeaways. What were some ahas?
We did that a little bit last week.
I think you and I were able to, but I think Al was away. Anything, Jay, that you've been able to ponder, and then I would love, Al to, his ahas or takeaways from Nashville.
Yeah, man. So the big thing is, I think what we're working on right now, we have a date, August 9th on Monday, where we're going to be getting with all of our leaders to get get together on a call and dive into, well, first of all, Coach is going to share his philosophy and kind of what got us excited about it. And then, starting to work on, what's that, that tuning fork that attracts the right people. What is it that you say specifically? And, how do you communicate that message and make it different than what everyone else is doing? And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. That's a process that over the next 90 days we'll be working through with the leaders in the company, and then we're going to take that and we're going to take that and present that in a half day prior to the afternoon of the day before EXP time. So we haven't got all that ironed out, but I know that's kind of where we're at in that process anyway. So I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be great. Another thing, I had a call yesterday with Diane Stroka, who's head of all events for EXP, and Jay Nelson and Rob, who was a guy that was in World Ventures, and just talking about these events and these sprints. And if they do what we're suggesting that they do, it's going to change the game for us. I mean, it absolutely will change the game. I have no doubt about it. And it's really, creating, well, it's going to be a lot of events, but we already set up 3 to pilot, and we're going to run 3, and you bring 2 people from out of town to do the event. So you're never famous in your own backyard. So 2 alphas that'll speak and run the event. You have 1 track. You basically break it into sections. 1 section's agent attraction, 1 section's production. You do, as we know, one of the best things you can do to get people enrolled is show them who gets on stage and for what, right? So like, awarding, giving people, acclamations for, how many of you sold a house the last 30 days or whatever, right? And it's like, okay, how many of you are icon? Okay, all your icons come up on stage. And so, like, I saw this work in World Ventures, and you know how it is, John, every time we've ever done events like this, and you create levels for people to ascend to, where people feel like, okay, I'm almost to that level, I'm almost to this level. And then they get the ability to learn the skill of how to articulate their story on stage. That's a whole nother train the trainer event that would be available for this. And then then you get to speak on the main stage and tell your story to everyone, right? And so those are all to be within driving distance, so everyone could get to one of these events pretty much at all times. If you're doing 30 of these every 60 days or whatever. But it's in markets where everybody has the ability to get to one of these within 60 days, and so all about getting people indoctrinated the right way and excited about agent attraction, excited about the company. And so if we're able to pull this off, it's kind of a heavy lift, but if we're able to do it, it'll change the game for us, because the other part of this is creating these events where you can bring guests to them, right? So that that's another piece that that we weren't doing with sprints. That if they evolve it to this, it's really going to be fascinating. I'm excited about what they're doing, and we'll test it out and see how it goes.
Yeah, man, I agree with everything Jay's saying, and I guess just to put a bow on it, this is proof that we have some of the best leadership in place right now. And obviously, Jason Guessing and Glenn Sanford aside, because obviously they're still in the boat rowing hard as our 2 leaders at the top. But other than that, we have all fresh new leadership that they keep adding amazing talent to. And we're being able to execute on these types of ideas, which weren't even encouraged, back in the first 4 years ago when I moved over. These types of things weren't really encouraged. In fact, certain forms of them were discouraged. And so, the opportunity to take advantage, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but ride on the coattails of these events, because events are heavy. Now we have someone that they hired just for events. Jay, you were on the Alpha call. This lady who they hired was like in charge of throwing family reunion.
Okay.
16,000 agent events. So like they went and they constantly keep talent picking from the best,
Yep.
you know, and we've had the privilege of actually witnessing this happen. And a lot of the new people who have just joined us, let's just say in the last 12 months or so, you're being able to experience my number one advice to everyone is to plug in. I believe that it's the leadership's responsibility to create the environment for success, which we're witnessing that they are. And I believe that it's the agent's responsibility to plug into those resources, you know, and you have a choice and a decision. You can either keep going through the motions of what you're doing, staying right in your comfort zone, or start to block out some extra time and plug into these things and start getting involved. Because I can guarantee you this, 3 years goes by like this.
Mm-hmm.
And what you don't want to do is look back in 3 years and be like, damn, man, I should have invited to more events. They were right there in front of you. Time's right now. We got a momentum going. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. We preach it every single week, but I'm more inspired today than I ever was. And,
Yep.
you know, Jay and myself personally made investments into this new coaching opportunity that we want. You know, our first thing is how can you help our people, you know, and we made sure that was written into our contracts, you know, and he is dynamic. So I can't wait for you to meet Coach Burke and really, you know, I think what Jay, I don't know if you want to touch on this, but there was two things that happened at each of the last. I've only been to 2 sprints because I think we only had 2 sprints.
Yeah.
One was in Dallas, and then the other one that we attended was the Central, which is in Nashville. But the Dallas one, we got a surprise visitor with Glenn Sanford, and the number one takeaway from that was when Glenn stood up there and talked about coasting, and that a lot of people out there, you know, you're going to start, if you're making a lot of money, things are good, business is great, that sometimes we slip into coasting and we're just coasting and we're in this little comfort zone of coasting. And what Coach talks about is activating that prey drive, which is that instinct of an animal to pursue prey. And I'm going to be honest, I have lost it in periodic times throughout the last, probably, let's say 3 years or so. And then being back, you know, in Nashville and I caught myself, like, I guess I just knew that there was another level. I knew that I had another level, and I knew that I probably wasn't going to be able to figure it out on my own as much of the growth opportunities I've had in my life. It's about surrounding yourself with better people. And so that was my, you know, kind of correlation between both sprints. 2 big takeaways, which was really the same takeaway, is that if you find yourself coasting, it's time to kick yourself in the ass, light a fire, let's go, and get refocused again on the vision.
Right on. Well said, man.
Yeah, I think a couple of things, Al, that you said there. You know, one, it's resetting the vision, because for a lot of people, they've accomplished that BHAG that they were after, and it's the same thing that Jesse Itzler told us from stage when we were sitting there in LA at Content and Commerce, and he said, the worst thing you can do is accomplish a big goal and not reset the next one, because that's what will get you coasting. That'll get you feeling complacent. And you know, Tony Robbins talks about you're either growing or you're dying, and complacency isn't growing. So what does that mean? And, you know, being able to reset that vision, which is that big, hairy, audacious goal. What is that next big, hairy, audacious goal for you to keep that fire lit, to ignite that prey drive, to be able to just keep full throttle? The other thing that I wanted to touch on, and we were chatting about Clayton Mask right before we went live. And, you know, he has this 1s and 3s concept. And so, you know, you're talking about, hey, we've got a lot of new leadership at EXP. And that's because you have to, as you continue to grow, because you outgrow your people, you outgrow your leadership, and the organization is growing so fast that they are outgrowing, you know, his deals is 1s and 3s. So people that get you to $1 million can't get you to $3 million. People that get you to 3 million, they might be able to get you to 10, but they dang sure ain't getting you to 30. And then who gets you to 30 million? They may, but may not be able to get you to 100 million. And so that's, you look at the growth in the revenue and everything, and you start to see those jumps, and it kind of goes into Clay's, his concept, right? His idea of, how at certain stages of growth. And so you just look at, the way they're growing, and they know that they have to bring in the leadership that's going to get them from this point to that point. So there's some amazing people. We were fortunate to have some of the key leadership with us in Nashville, but we've seen it. It's awesome. It really is awesome.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. I'm not looking at the Facebook page.
Yeah, I think we're glazing over people here. They're deep in thought, so it's okay. I'm used to it. I usually know when we start jamming a little bit. People just, we get people to think, right? I remember. Man, we were in, I think it was Aspen. I think it was one of the first Aspen rooms, and Michael just kind of, in nonchalant Reese fashion, the greatest thing we can do is challenge you to think bigger. Mm-hmm. And that's so true.
Yeah.
So true. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Questions, comments, feedback, anything on your mind, agent attraction focused. Cuz, what's your topic coming up for Mr. Brent Gove's event?
Yeah, I'm gonna be covering the process, the system, the one big fire system. Can never do that.
Nope. Michael obviously had that accent at some point. He hung around us long enough in Oklahoma. He definitely had some Oklahoma twang.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Melton, has anyone ever thought of a collective database with a singular message that everyone can tap into?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're thinking about with Coach. So, to be determined. I don't know about in terms of what you mean necessarily about the database, but definitely our vision is to be all singing from the same sheet of music and all be leveraging the same tool and all be able to. There's one thing that we're teaching people and we all know what it is, and that's not really the case right now. So I'm excited about getting to that point.
Yes, sir. One of the things, what's something we should all be implementing in our business? If you don't have a proven system or process to increase headcount, that's definitely has to be one. That's a loaded question. I think it really comes down to, where is the constraint or the choke point in your business? Because it's good strategy, bad strategy. Good strategy is solving the problem. Bad strategy is not even addressing it. So what is your problem and what's the plan to address it?
Yep. It's not the same for everyone. It shouldn't be.
No, we're all at different stages. And too, even more, we're all in pursuit of different freedoms. Everybody's definition of freedom. And that's the real goal, right? What are we doing? What's in pursuit of freedom? What is your freedom? And, and sometimes even when you get that, I think that's where the coasting comes in. That's what we were just talking about a while ago. So in pursuit of the vision, what is the vision? And if you accomplish, the BHAG, you got to reset the BHAG. So that's what we were talking about a while ago. But yeah, where is the constraint in pursuit of that vision that you have for your business and your life? And that's what you need to be implementing. That's what you need to be focusing on. Come on, guys. Keep the questions firing. We love it.
I found a great quote that I heard at the sprint, and I wrote it down, and I just dug it up. So I figured I want to share it because it was on when you were talking about complacency, John.
Yes.
And, that because we do live in a world of complacency, and complacency is defined as a slow, comfortable place of mediocrity. And what I heard that was just stuck is that nobody says to their daughter or their son before they're leaving for school, son, I want you to go out today and settle for a slow, comfortable place of mediocrity at school today. Said nobody to their kids. So
Right.
why would we do it?
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's powerful. Because the other thing too is, they don't know one thing for the other, but they're watching. And if we're setting an example of that, and they're not seeing us go out and take chances and stretch, then how can we ever expect them to take chances and stretch?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's so good. So good. Man, did you so I dove into Ed Milet. Appreciate the reminder, but he had Iron Cowboy on there again. Did you see where he he ended up doing 101 full Ironman consecutive, 101 straight days.
Craziest thing I've ever heard.
I couldn't even think of it hurts my head to even think about, okay, how could I do 2 days in a row?
Yeah.
101 Ironmans
Consecutive
per day.
Every day. He did one for 101 straight days.
I don't get it.
He did he did so he broke he set the record and he did 50, right? This was a logistic. I don't even know how they pulled this off. It was 50 Ironman in 50 days in 50 states. And just the travel and hitting every state and just the time, and it was bonkers. And then I had no clue he did this until he was on Ed Milet's podcast and they were talking about it, and I was like, my goodness, dude.
Who is this guy?
He is the Iron Cowboy. I can't think of what his name is. I'd have to look it up.
It's
James is he is on he's he ain't right.
What is his name? It's not Matthew Hussey. That's the other one I listened to. That was good too, though.
He you find it, but there was a lot of raising a lot of awareness. I think it was Underground Railroad. He was doing a lot of the awareness for that organization. So he's got to. Here one of the things I was listening to him, he broke down, but he believed that he had the team he wanted to make it look easy. That was he wanted to do 100 consecutive, but he wanted to make it look easy. He ended up doing 101, for the full, the whole max out. You could do one more because the goal was 100, right? To set the record 100. They did 101, but he was upset because he had shin splints so bad, and then they put some kind of brace, but it jacked his hip up, and so he couldn't really run the marathons, so he had to walk. And he was mad, he was upset. But then he said what he come to realize is that people were coming in and they were thanking him that he was walking the marathons because they were able to walk with him. He said that if they were running, they wouldn't be able to run with him. And so they were able, so he had people coming in from all over the place, and they would walk with him and just to share that experience. And he said once he realized that impact that he was having, he was like, okay, why am I being selfish and trying to run this and prove, what am I trying to prove even more? But he said it was the impact and the awareness that what they were doing, and he was able to connect with people because he was able to walk instead of running. And so he just looked at where's the green light, right? Where's the opportunity in the situation. So it's powerful, man. It's a really good episode.
It is really good.
Yeah, he was jamming. He had Ed kind of blown away. It was cool. What else? I know we're excited with Coach. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Man, just a couple weeks away from Brent Gove's event in Dallas.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. The events, that's the big one. We got a lot of pent up value to deliver there.
I was just kind of going through, scrolling down the page because it's so incredible. We're at over 8,300 honey badgers in this group right now. So as you can imagine, we're getting more, posts going. So it's kind of hard to flip through and see all of them. But if someone's looking for tickets, I know Pierre Nadeau was. There's several people who unfortunately can't make it, and they have tickets and maybe even hotel rooms booked that they can transfer over. So if you're looking for tickets, hotel rooms, scroll through this page. I just saw 2 or 3 people who have available tickets and hotels.
That's awesome.
And for whatever reason, I can't find this live on the Honey Badger page for some reason. I've been looking. That's what I was really looking for, to be honest with you. I just can't find it. So I can see the comments.
Got a heart Facebook.
And just another thing too is that don't forget, if you've sponsored anyone in the last couple weeks or month or whatever, do not forget to add them to the group. I think we just approved. I don't know. It's a ridiculous amount of new people. So welcome if you're new, but don't forget, to invite people to this group, and we'll get them approved right away. That's part of your value proposition is leveraging the group here.
That is a part of the group, not just inviting anybody.
Well, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have trouble. I don't know if you guys I've been just trying to invite this one absolute wonderful lady who is a broker and who she's 100% coming aboard. And I was trying to add her in. And have you guys ever tried to add somebody that you're already connected with on Facebook, and then
name doesn't pop up?
Right.
Yep.
Drives me crazy.
So if you really want to try, know what's bonkers is try to do it from your PC and then try to do it from your phone. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
It's a different version.
I can't even find it from my phone.
Yeah.
Is it a setting that they have that doesn't allow them to get invited, you think? On their Facebook, like a privacy?
No, I don't think so. Because I eventually find them usually. It just takes. Sometimes it takes a couple hours. Sometimes it takes a couple days. It takes a bit.
It's whatever version of Facebook that you happen to be on at the moment and who's watching.
Gotcha.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Man, oh man. They removed the option to invite via email address.
Lovely.
Gene, what up? Mr. Darden, tuning in.
So we have, just in the last 30 days, we have approved 509 new agents to the group. From July 6th to today. So not even a month. 509. Welcome. Here's a cool stat. Out of the 8,300 members that we have right now, 7,450 of them are active. Meaning they're actively coming in here, either posting or reading posts. I like that a lot.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a really high group, percentage. I don't know what they see, but that's high. That seems awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Oh man, we also got another big event coming up. It is
Mastermind.
Finally. God dang. We've been trying to have this event for a while, so I'm excited that this finally going to happen. And I hope we're able to have it with all the bullshit.
Yeah. Positive
without
thoughts.
any issues. Without any issues.
Right.
Man, what a place. I cannot wait. We're going to have a little fun. We get to go back, and then we get to go right from there to Vegas. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Just keep lots of water and electrolytes running through your body the in-between parts.
Is that your new go-to right now? Electrolytes?
I don't know. Jay, you should probably know better than anybody.
What's that?
How to keep your body and your liver from imploding.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You have to pace yourself.
Whatever that means.
It's hard to do that on the islands.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, fellas. Well, I love catching up with you guys every Tuesday, being able to chop it up here for our funny fellow honey badgers. And just, man, like what Al said, man, plug in with leadership, plug in with everything EXP has to offer, plug in with everything that we've got coming at you. Just plug in, and we're here to help in any which way we can. And we definitely, love the messages and the feedback and the questions. I mean, that's what we're here for. So we got one last little comment coming in. I invited my old broker to Dallas conference. He is asking, what is the conference going to be about?
So build is, I think they have it broken into three categories: building your personal growth, building your real estate sales business, and building your agent attraction.
That's it.
I think.
Yep, it is. No, you nailed it. And I know the two of you are speaking on, the agent attraction side of things. I get the opportunity to cover production, and I think they're letting Mr. Tony Robbins handle the personal.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's build, right? It's building a better you, building a better team, and building a better business. That's how I would put it.
Yep. That's exactly right. Summarize it nice and simple like that. Well said.
It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys.
Fellas, appreciate y'all. Love it.
Love you.
Love you guys.
It'll be good.
Let's get it.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.